Hello everyone, Mimikins here. Today we're going to look at the recently added Master Rank quest against the Arch-Tempered Namielle, called the Distant Dark Tide. It is available to anyone Master Rank 100 or higher while the quest is active. I'm going to show you the rewards, some tips for the battle, and some builds I found helpful. First time you complete the mission, you will get a new pendant for your weapon called the Arch-Tempered Namielle Shard. This is a nice addition to the pendant list, although it does look very much like the Raging Brachydia shard except in a different colour. The other rewards require Namielle tickets, which drop at the end of a completed quest. You can purchase sets of new layered armour requiring 1 ticket each. The Artian set, this looks like a robot and you can change the colour of the mechanical parts. I quite like this and think it would make an interesting look, although I think a different weapon would look better. The Black Belt set, this also requires Black Belt coins which you can get from the arena battles in the Gathering Hub. The Acrobat earring, this is a little hard to see on my character due to the hair, but it's like a small tooth earring for one side. Then there's the Showman earring, which is the same design but you have the earring on both ears. Then if we head over to the low and high rank armours, we have the Guardian layered armour. I think this set would make a great look for a lance build. That's quite a lot of layered armour options we have from this one monster compared to the high rank versions. The Namielle Gamma armour set. Now I really would have liked this as a layered look. I love the anime style of this armour and how it moves around like a sea creature. Amazing for any fashion hunter out there, although it does clip quite badly with some weapons. This armour can be mixed and matched with the Alpha and Beta Namielle armour sets to achieve the set bonus of Element Acceleration. Now what this bonus does is after a certain number of hits it gives you a buff which increases your elemental damage and gives you the free element ammo up skill. I think Capcom have designed this set around weapons which have their elemental value upped, so you could pair it with Elementalist for when the buff is down, and when it's up again you gain access to extra power from elemental attacks. This could free up jewels otherwise dedicated to elemental properties as well as free element. It may also be good paired with the new Master Rank Kiara weapons which have built-in critical element if you don't want the missing health from the Safi'jiiva armour. It has really strong thunder and water resists. The skills I can see useful in adding extra comfort in builds, especially in stamina hungry weapons like dual blades and bows. For the Namielle fight itself, there are some things you can do to make it go a little smoother. Having plus 20 thunder and water resist to both reduce the incoming damage as well as preventing blights. Namielle has a 3-star weakness to fire, so exploit this by using fire-based weapons. Blast and poison are also effective. To prevent yourself from sliding around in the water, use the water mantle and Rocksteady. These also provide reduced incoming damage. Tool Specialist can help reduce the downtime of these mantles. You do need to watch your health on the Rocksteady as you won't get knocked away by damage, so you can take a lot of damage quite fast. Health Booster would also be a good alternative. Try to keep yourself and Namielle out of the water, which can enhance Namielle's attacks and can be supercharged with lightning causing damage to yourself. You can use the slinger ammo Bright Moss to clear puddles of water to create a safe spot to stand. The Superman dive can help save you from Namielle's supernova type move if you are in range, although with the extra defences I did manage to survive on when I got caught out at a bad time during a blade dance animation on dual blades. You can usually tell when he's about to do it. He will be brightly coloured, he'll stand on 2 feet and spray water into the ground and rise up into the air, crashing down, charging the water with lightning, causing large damage. Make sure you sort out the radial menu settings ahead of time so you can quickly access items you may need. I have 2 radial sets, one for buffs, the other for general fighting. I've got a couple of builds to share with you that could be adapted for other weapons as well. I use dual blades. I'm not including any gear that is from the event quest, as I hate guides that say you need the gear you're trying to farm to beat the monster that it comes from. I decided to go for a fire elemental dual blades. There's several good fire options. I used the Safi Hellclaws. If you don't have access to these yet, there are the Smouldering Kingdoms, which is a good crafted options. There's also the various Kultarith and Kiar weapons. The Kiar Dagger Rage has critical element built in, so it would be built a bit differently since you don't need to have that in the build. I wanted to design a balanced set with enough survival skills so I could learn the fight with a good amount of offensive ability as well. First up, I'm going to look at a build for the Safi Hellclaws or the Smouldering Kingdoms. I have the Rime Guard, which is the Volcana set bonus for critical element, along with 95% affinity on weak and wounded parts, capped fire elemental and critical boost. Then I have my survival skills, elemental resistances, divine blessing, extra health, tool specialist for greater upkeep of mantles, recovery up giving 20% more healing power from all sources, and flinch free, which is super nice in multiplayer to avoid being stagger locked by other players, although cluster bombs and hammers can still send you flying. The mantle slots are flexible. I put skills in here that I like, for instance Marathon Runner to extend my demon mode, and Speed Eating on the Rocksteady mantle to quickly top up health or pop a dash drink so I don't have to break from attacks. I like having elemental resist on the armor so I can eat for attack. That way if I do make a mistake and faint, I only lose some attack and not my ability to reduce damage and negate blights. However, if you don't have the hard versions of these skills, you can eat for elemental guards at the canteen and cap out at 20 to negate the blights, and use these slots for other skills. This set is quite forgiving and I was able to clear 80 Namielle first time while using it. The second set I made using the new Kiar weapons. This one deals more damage but is a bit riskier. Since Kiar has critical element built in, I've opted for the Safi Jiva bonus. But this does come at cost of draining health. I do have the health regen augment to offset this a little bit, but that won't mean much for any missed attacks, which can happen all too easily if the monster moves while in a combo. With blue sharpness on the weapon, having Mind's Eye to stop the weapon from being deflected is very helpful. This set is only more damage if you're using the Kiar weapons with the built-in critical element. If you're using any other weapon, you'll want to have critical element instead, at least for dual blades. I think for learning the fight, the other set is definitely more survivalistic. I hope you're all keeping well during this time. Things are a little messy here as I was moving house when the lockdown happened, so I was left without services for a number of weeks as well as missing some of my stuff. My internet isn't great at the moment and regularly having times of outages and really slow speeds. But I know that is nothing compared to what some people are going through, and I do wish you guys all the best. Stay inside, stay safe, and kill 80 Namielle. Please support the channel by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.